Okay. Yeah. So, like for example, yeah. So, I mean, you're in actually. This is a great situation. Go straight leg. Like you're basically in that kind of slightly flexed configuration right there.
Totally.
Rest. Yeah. So what I would do in that situation, like if I was going to test abduction, for example, and it's quote unquote straight leg abduction, I might just make a note at the very top of the assessment, like all
things
lower extremity straight leg assessments tested at 20-degree knee flexion or 10-degree knee flexion, right? And then I just monitor and bring your leg out to the side. See how I'm still just testing the hip there? Rotate in. See, we're still just testing the hip. Rest. Versus straighten your knee. Now we're capping your system out. He's going, I don't know what's going on here, and then rotate in. See how that feels a little shittier?
Yeah.
Just I mean, not a ton, but there's like a speed governor that kicks on, right?
This I'm just like there.
Yeah. So and if we're just testing pure hip, then that's what I would want to do to check that out. Abduction, hip flexion. I might not start you in straight knee. I might just go, hey, let's flex the hip here. Come on up. Like not tack you out with that. I mean that your hammy would just be screaming at you if we push the straight knee.
Right.
Your situation is a little bit. I mean that's why I don't think I was so concerned about it with you, is because you were able to straighten your knee.
Right.
We were able to kind of test some end range limits there.
Right.
Rotate in, and also they seemed apples to apples ish for the most part. Straighten here. Yeah, I mean you can do it on both sides. You're just in kind of a you want to be a
versus
little more.
my dad, like
he was
side,
stuck,
and this one was already normal.
So I would immediately start, and you guys haven't done the range of motion assessment yet, have you?
No, we just did the pre-range.
Yeah. So I would start kind of looking at what's the situation here. Like I might even look at his patella mobility.
Okay.
I might look at pelvic position, like if he's hammered into a kind of a anterior pelvic tilt here, that could force hip flexion a little bit. All right, like check this out. Go more posterior here. Does that feel softer in your knee?
I think so.
Go anterior. Or does that feel softer? That's weird.
Try it the other way again. I want to say this way is easier to.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that makes more sense. I was just like, oh, that kind of looked crazy. Go down again this way. This way. Go into anterior. Yeah, and then try.
That feels harder.
Yeah. So if he's like hammered here, that might be driving that knee into flexion potentially as well. So
interesting.
Some things to look at with the pelvis and where. Also, if he doesn't want to be in hip, this is the other thing to look at. If he doesn't want to be in hip extension, he might drive knee flexion to stay out of hip extension.
Right, but we also noticed it when he was in hip flexion.
What was that?
We also noticed it when he was in hip flexion.
That he didn't want to straighten his knee. Okay. Then that's corroborating evidence that it's more maybe knee related. Maybe, right? I mean, yeah, because you gotta look. I mean, you gotta think about the ankle too. Like if, let's see. So positionally, what would happen standing if you didn't want to? Oh, there's so many things that could be happening there. Yeah, just the good thing. Oh, there is. Trevor's here. Morning, brother.
Morning.
How are you, man?
I'm good. I bought a house.
Whoa!
That's quick.
Are you in it?
No, we're in an Airbnb.
Oh, not, dude! Congratulations.
Next week, though.
You're good?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Dude, that's awesome. Oh, send me. Do you have the listing?
Yeah. I'll
Send me that. Send me that.
Yeah.
That's tight. Congrats.
Yeah. What are we working on?
We've had people trickling in, so we were just talking about assessments, and he just did an assessment on his dad, so we were just chatting up on that.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're talking about testing hip complex, and then knee position, so like knee extension, and the influence that your inability to extend the knee fully might have on testing hip range of motion. So, what do we do with that? Do we try and make it apples to apples by bending the other one slightly to compare the two, or or where do we go with that? So that's kind of what we were chatting about. Yeah.
Cool.
Any
The other thing I was just gonna ask is like the range of motion assessment in general is like looking at left versus right, not whether it's like different than normal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and then as you get to a point where you're going, okay, things look symmetrical, then you can make the decision on, hey, I want to try and improve range of motion. I've just found like one of the things, obviously there is like a flexibility component, but I have found that like when you start restoring symmetry, in general, range of motion gets better bilaterally as well. So, but it's not always the case. But like, somebody could be stretching their hamstrings out for like 10 years, and it's a low back range of motion limit that's creating the hamstring limit. So you look at somebody like straight leg hip flexion, like you're a perfect example of they get those hammies get super tight at the top. It might not even get hamstring flexibility.
For me, actually, it's not even my hamstring; it's my calf that I feel tight.
Right. So is it an ankle mobility issue, or is it something more, centrally located in the axial skeleton? Is it your pelvis? Is it your low back? Like those are the things. And when you start looking at this stuff, like you can test things out. Like you can go, hey, go into an anterior pelvic tilt, and then test hip flexion. Go into a pelvic tilt and test hip flexion. Is there a flexibility issue, or is it more a neck position thing that's contributing to that? So, there are flexibility issues, obviously. Gonna work on those too. But yeah, first and foremost is restoring symmetry to the body with the Atlas study. Yeah, Atlas.
Yeah, and since we have tomorrow, then I guess if there aren't any other questions.
Cool. Do you have any more that you want to?
It was more just like going through some of the assessments. And like, what am I looking for exactly here and things. So
you want to go through that? Yeah. We'll do that. Yep. Okay, dude, it's been a while.
I know.
Where are we? 23 range of motion testing. Whoa, what is that?
I've kind of just like bounced through a lot of the rest of it myself, so it's like I'm even forgetting where we.
Yeah,
I think we left off.
We left off shoulder complex.
Yeah, like upper arm.
Yeah. Let's see. We did. Practical application. We did we talked about overextension, scapular stability.
I think we covered muscles.
For glenohumeral joint, upper middle trap, lower trap, retract with lower. Testing technique, deltoid trap, trap palpation, collarbone palpation, breathing and scapular position.
Okay, yeah, we did cover all the muscles.
We got to delt, I think. That's what I have here.
That could be where we're at.
Yeah. Trev, do you have access to the intentional fitness internship thing?
I think so.
Okay. Dude, have you? Oh no. Either way, we do have all the books. Let's see. Are you in here, Keaton, Jeremiah, Eli, Michael? Dude, you're not on here.
Oh.
That's weird.
You sent me something. I had a.
What did I send you?
I have access to. What was it? I don't remember where I had it. Anyways, you want to add me?
Yeah, it's Trev at.
Trevor at trevorhash.com.
Trevor at. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay. And I'm putting it on so you can edit it. Just be careful not to delete anything. Or do you want me to leave it at you can edit? Because then you can, like, if you have anything like cool that you want to drop in, there's like a YouTube study help section and stuff like that. So I'll just leave it there.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Okay, cool. Boom. Okay, let me know if you got that. Okay, so we left off on shoulder and arm, and we were talking about we were kind of in the supraspinatus, infraspinatus territory there.
I think we went over the attachments of those.
We did. Okay, do we want to refresh or do we want to keep rolling? What do you think?
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just chat about him for a quick second. So we went through trap. There's any questions on like trap, lat, any of those specific muscles? No. Good. Understand scapular rhythm. We're good there.
Mm-hmm.
Keaton, you good, dude?
Yeah.
You got lat. Okay, and then we have that posterior, external, rotatey, retracty, extendy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then rotator cuff. We talked about the rotator cuff? Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Subscapularis, teres. Okay, that's right. Yep. Wow, it's been a while.
I know.
Okay.
Actually, I think we left off pretty perfectly because and we're now exactly like starting like arm.
Arm muscles, yeah. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go. Chad, did you get that? Yeah, nice. Cool, man.
I love the hat. Gosh,
Yeah, I did. I put it up there for Halloween
that's great.
and just didn't take it down.
So from this cowboy hat.
I love my cowboy hat. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so then we have the biceps brachii is our first one that we're talking about here. I'll read off what they have to say about it. The biceps brachii lies superficially on the anterior arm. It has a long head and a short head, which merge to form a long oval belly. The tendon of the long head passes through the intertubercular groove of the humerus. This groove helps to stabilize the tendon as it rises over the top of the shoulder. The distal tendon of the bicep dives into the antitubular space, inner elbow, to attach at the radius, allowing this muscle to be the primary muscle of forearm supination. The majority of the biceps brachii is easily palpable. So that's something to keep in mind about the biceps is it does cross the shoulder axis. So it does cross the GH axis junction, which means that it does have influence on GH mobility as well. As it says right here, flexes the elbow, supinates the forearm, and flexes the shoulder. So that's something to keep in mind, that if there is like dysfunction in the bicep tissue, that could impact GH flexion and getting into an overhead motion. I specifically see this when there is bicep dysfunction. You'll see a massive challenge with supinated forearm getting overhead this way, and you'll see that they want to do this. They'll go like this. How's that? That kind of thing, versus them being able to get into this kind of supinated overhead motion there. They'll want to externally rotate everything a little bit there.
Right.
So origin of the short head corcoid process. Where's the corcoid process? Yep, perfect. And then long head, supraglenoid tubercle of the scapula. Supraglenoid tubercle of the scapula.
Supraglenoid. Okay.
So where's that infra?
Infra is here.
Yep. Cool. Which it makes sense why people complain about impingementy stuff, because I mean that's that's running up into this here, and if the scap isn't upwardly rotating with that GH, that's just gonna smash the crap out of that bicep bicep long head there. Cool. Insertion, tuberosity of the radius and aponeurosis of the biceps brachii. So, tuberosity of the radius. Yeah, big old honk there, right? What is that?
That's radius.
Yeah, nice. Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Do we wanna bicep long head? Let's see what they have to say about this. In addition to a long head and short head, the biceps may have a head which attaches to the humerus. Reported in less than 10% of the population, this extra head originates along the medial humerus next to the coracobrachialis before joining the head. I did not know that. That's kind of cool.
I feel like we've learned about a lot of muscles, so just randomly, a couple people like
genetic mutations. In exploring the distal tendon of the biceps, you may notice a small tendon-like band that expands off it medially. This is the bicipital aponeurosis, a thin sheet of fascia that curves around the forearm, flexes and blends into the antebrachial fascia. It stabilizes the ulna during flexion and supination, and similar to a tennis elbow, armband supports the forearm flexors. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. We got triceps, any questions on that? Okay, and then we'll do some of the testing on this. Let's see where we are. Oh, there's only a couple.
Yeah,
and then, wait, are we gonna get biceps brachii and coracobrachialis?
That might, let's see, coracobrachialis, yeah. That's here. Maybe endocorchia,
coracobrachialis?
Yeah. No, yeah. Coracobrachialis. Yeah, at the very bottom of this.
Where's the brachii though? Oh, there it is. Wait, triceps brachii. Brachial. Or I meant brachioradialis.
Oh, I think that might be in
the hand and wrist?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, brachioradialis.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
First one in the forearm muscle.
Huh, okay. Because that does cross the elbow joint.
Yeah, it does. So.
Huh, interesting.
I
Okay.
guess there's to say that most of it's here.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you
I don't know.
choose which side of that you're gonna. I think it is actually that does make more sense to go that way because it does have such an impact on radial deviation. So I can see that being the case there. Okay, so we're almost done with this arm stuff. We have triceps brachii. Triceps brachii is the only muscle located on the posterior arm, creating extension at the elbow and shoulder. It is an agonist at both these joints to the biceps brachii. The triceps has 3 heads, long, lateral, medial. The long head extends off the infraglenoid tubercle of the scapula, weaving between the teres major and minor. The lateral head lies superficially beside the deltoid, while the medial head lies mostly underneath the long head. All 3 heads converge into a thick distal tendon proximal to the elbow. Aside from its proximal portion, which is deep to the deltoid, triceps is superficial and easily accessible. We have all heads extend the elbow, long head extends the shoulder, and does some adduction of the shoulder. Good morning. The insertion is the olecranon process of the ulna. The origin is the long head infraglenoid tubercle of the scapula, and lateral head and medial head are the posterior surfaces, proximal half humerus, distal half humerus. Lateral head more proximal, medial head more distal. So that's good to know, right? When you're looking at this, you can feel the definition kicking on from one to the other there. And then there's the big slab of meat that goes up the middle. There. Okay. Let's see here. Any questions on that?
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty good, yeah. Let's just scope these really quick here from an origin insertion site standpoint.
Yeah.
Come on, get on over here. Okay. So biceps, here we go. Joe, do you kind of see this?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're good? Okay.
Yeah, I got everything on my computer anyway.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Okay, so we're going here. And then, oh no. And then we're going, so it's kind of like there, runs into here. And then let's see what that does. So we are in pronation now. There it is. Which is kind of crazy. It just, you know.
Goes up through this.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. And so, well, we gotta make sure that doesn't spin. Let's just go there just for the sake of.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
So that creates slack there. Creates slack there. Creates slack there. Creates slack there. So, you know, if you wanted to shorten the heck out of this thing to test it, you could do something like that to really test the high stress position on that bicep. Tricep. Here, I mean, this is as straightforward as it gets. There, and then pulls back. And then I think the mentionable is that it does have some adduction as well. So that's good to know. If you see somebody that's struggling to, like if they have a tricep injury where they've torn their tricep or something like that, it may not just be an extension issue that they're going to have. They might actually have an issue with adduction as well. So that's good to keep in mind. Okay, coracobrachialis. The coracobrachialis is a small tubular muscle located at the axilla, sometimes known as the armpit muscle. Sometimes known as the armpit muscle. It is a secondary flexor and adductor of the shoulder. In anatomical position, the coracobrachialis is deep to the pectoralis major and anterior deltoid and lies anterior to the axillary artery and brachial plexus. Abducting the shoulder, opening up the axilla, brings the belly of the coracobrachialis to a superficial and palpable position. So, just like it says, coracobrachialis, coracoid process, and then into the arm or into the humerus, the insertion site, medial surface of the mid-humeral shaft. Medial surface of the mid-humeral shaft. Here, that the action is flexion and adduction.
No internal.
It would not be internal. I think that I'm not sure why they're not saying that it's an external rotator, but I'm pretty sure that it does have some external rotation capacity. You see that right there? There's neutral.
And it adducts. So it
Adducts.
shortens and adducts.
Yep. But there is it's not a great mechanical advantage there. Good morning!
What did you say? Did you say external?
Slight?
I have Physiopedia in front of me. It says internal rotation, but
Really?
it's probably one of those ones though that's like orientation dependent. So like
inflection.
Overhead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would just think since
Like,
it's adducts, it would
right?
do that, but it's.
I mean, anywhere that I put it, it's lengthening this cable when I internally rotate it.
Really?
When I externally rotate it, it goes on slack. Anywhere I put it, let me check extension here. I mean, this is terminal external rotation.
Okay.
The reason that I bring this up too is when we were learning about this from a functional testing standpoint in MAT, the test position for this is full supination, slight flexion, and adduction.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
fully slacked out.
So when we're testing it at its maximal shortened position, that's where we would test it was supinated and then adducted, and then test it there. it'd be interesting to see exactly why. It's kind of interesting because like where it attaches. If it
Makes a
attaches,
difference,
yeah, like if it attaches higher up on the humerus, well, it's not doing anything there either. That's still, dude. Even if I put it super
I
high,
could feel it.
right?
I just cramped it. You're right. I went external.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, even if I attach that like more posterior, like on the back side of the humerus, internal still lengthens it.
We'd have to go up here, I think, to make it.
That's what I'm saying though. That still lengthens it.
I think it's lengthened. Okay.
Look at that. Here. I don't know.
Weird.
Well, so yeah. It's just a question. It didn't say any actions that it does that.
It's
at
not
all.
saying it does any of that.
So
but-
they asked.
But when we do test it, like when I was testing it during MAT, that's how we were testing it, is in a fully externally rotated position and then adducting it. And it might be just to get the fibers lined up too, to test it that way. Let's see, supine laterally rotate and abduct the shoulder to 45 degrees to locate the fibers of the pectoralis major tissue. This tissue forms the axilla's anterior wall and will be a reference point for locating coracobrachialis, which is you get up in there and it feels horrible when you palpate it. Interesting. When do you use your coracobrachialis? Reaching around your face to scratch your opposite ear. Weightlifting during a bench press. Martial arts, a forearm block in front of your chest. Feels like all of that would be slightly externally rotated. Like a bench press, you don't ever want to bench press. Well, I mean, or not typically. You don't want to bench press with this big winging upward rotation. You want to be in and pushing through. So, anyway, there that is. And then obviously this is a big time flexor. Add that, right? Cool. Okay. Did we do all of the testing of the teres and all that stuff last time?
I can't
Get a
remember.
look here.
I can't remember.
Let's see. Study session. Nope, that ain't it. Let's see here.
So weird. Everything else is saying it internally rotates.
That's crazy.
Huh.
I just don't understand how
That makes sense,
positionally, yeah.
It's palm down because it's kind of neutral with.
Oh, that cut us off anyway. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Do you want to just remind us some of the tests, just so we can remember?
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should go over
Maybe
this
we
again
just
because this.
go over it again.
Well, this is yeah. There's no recording here. It must have shut off on us. Somebody must have called. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So let's pop Skelly off, and then we can just take
Kelly.
Skelly,
Look at him.
Mr. Scale himself.
Smooth.
Does it give any specifications on what the internal rotation looks like, or are you seeing anything at all there?
Yep. And
I'm just curious, like. Trev, do you have?
So so I was just doing some research. It's interesting because it says in all the textbooks it does internal rotation, but then when you actually look at the application of like a testing with PTs, it all references putting it in an externally rotated position while putting yourself in angle, right? So like, doesn't really make sense.
That is so strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally, like, I'm just palpating myself.
Oh.
Doing this, like, right? Like,
You can feel it
you can
popping.
very obviously feel it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you go external and go slack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Total noodle. Okay.
I don't know. That's weird.
Alright. Some
It's
conflicting.
kind of angry review.
Yeah. To to the functional anatomy humans. Or somebody. I
Can
don't know.
someone explain this to us?
Just write a bad
What does
review.
AI say about it?
Ooh.
I looked at AI said, well, yeah, AI said no, the corpora does not externally rotate the shoulder.
AI's lying. It can't think for itself yet.
Yet.
Yet. Okay, so here we go. We'll go. Where's our trap? Shoulder muscles. Deltoid. Is deltoid first? Yeah. Okay. Deltoid's first. Okay. You want me to test on you? You want to
Sure.
test on me? Yeah.
That's on me first.
Okay. Sweet.
Sitting, laying.
Yeah, let's just go laying and then we can go. Let's go ahead this way. Let's see if I can bring this down a little bit. It's a quaint little Airbnb they got.
Cute.
A lot of red.
Down here. Look down here. It's not doing it. We need Mike in here so it follows him.
The star.
Thing
That's alright.
isn't following me for shit.
Hilarious. Need more charisma, man.
No, I guess so. Oh well, that's fine. Oh, there we go. Hey. Okay, so we have deltoid testing, right? So there's multiple configurations we can test in. Bring your arm down. So this is you okay here in the shoulder? This is the most straight. Ooh, that's feeling tight. Is that hurting at all?
No, I'm just a little sore from workout yesterday.
Okay. So this is the easiest abducted middle delt test. We can go straight arm or we can go bent arm. If I'm going bent arm, I'm pushing through this kind of bony area in the arm here. Ready, go. So we got that. We have this, ready, go. Those are options there. We can internally rotate to bias more posterior. We can externally rotate to bias more anterior. We can do this up here. This is going to be delt and then kind of like an anterior middle delt test. We can go back down. We can go off the side of the table and down, and that's going to be more of a posterior middle delt test, this kind of down and back motion. Right, so hold down and back, ready, go. That's going to be more posterior middle delt up here. Ready, go. That's more anterior middle delty. You can do this bent arm, straight arm. You can also do this in internal and external rotation as well. So there's a lot of configurations we can test the delt in there. Nice. Good on that? Okay. I'll just fly through these.
Yes, that's great.
Yep. Then we have the trap. So we gotta think about what the trap does. The trap upwardly rotates, it retracts. So what we wanna do, if we're gonna test this upper trap, we can use the arm as a lever, or you can just use the shoulder. So if you wanna just test through the shoulder, shrug up, make sure you feel that trap on, and then I'm pushing this way, ready, go. Something like that, right? You can test the trap in more of a protracted position because that fiber line does run into the collarbone, ready, go. And then come back down and then squeeze back and then shrug up. You can also test with retraction as well if you want to start going through all of those different configurations there. And then if you want to go long lever trap test, shrug up, set that shoulder, keep it shrugged in, ready, go. So that's a full,
So you're gonna pull them out?
it's a little bit of a pull out because you think about the collarbone, where it is. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pull this way, ready, go. Feel that compression in the shoulder joint there. Ready, go.
Yeah.
I'm actually, if you look at where the collarbone is, I'm thinking about pulling the collarbone away from the neck there. Yeah, that's a good question. And then you can do that same thing in a flex position right here. Shrug up. Ready, go. Ready, go. That. Right. And then another way to set this, rotate in. That gets that trap a little more locked in.
Yeah.
Versus here where you can even feel if you put your hand on your shoulder here. If you rotate in, that kicks in more of that trap.
Yeah, the back.
Yeah, the posterior tissue, whereas if you externally rotate, that kind of puts it on a slack cycle a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we have the middle trapish region, and this is going to be like middle trappy, rhomboidy, posterior shoulder tissue. So we want to make sure that the shoulder is retracting. We have different configurations, different degrees of position that we can test the shoulder in. So this is kind of the generic middle trappy rhomboidy test. Ready, go. Stay down, ready, go. And you're making sure that they can stay retracted into their spine. You can test this in multiple configurations there. And then this lower trap stuff and this kind of downwardly or this upwardly rotating lower trap tissue, this is a good way to look back here and see if they can keep that shoulder anchored here, is by going thumb down, stay down here, ready, go. Ready, go. That right there. You feel that thing kicking on? It's kind of here. That's that low trap tissue. So those are kind of testy positions for low trap,
So we'll put 'em
you know.
like that. Just upwardly rotated a bit.
Anything, Trev?
No, I just want to make sure I can see what you're doing, but you said thumb down as in like an external rotation for
Yep.
testing the low trap?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Like 30-degree start position, and then full flexion, and then that anchory thing right there. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. What were you saying, Julie? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No.
You're kind of, when he's back like that, or when you're supine, so are you in a little bit of upward rotation then, or the lower traps?
Yeah, that's a good question. The whole thing at this point has upwardly rotated.
Okay.
Right, because this. Yeah. Like if you think about where the AC is going. Yeah. I mean, think about what's happening here. Come back down. Come back up. Feel how that thing's rolling up. Roll back down. Roll back up.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I guess I think I'm just thinking about the scapula only, and
That's
Missing the boat.
that's part of it though, right? I mean, it's just easier to think about, like when I'm thinking about what needs to almost like get out of the way of the humerus. It's this zone here. Like if he downwardly rotates and then flex your arm, like it feels like crap, right?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. So this thing has to upwardly rotate to get out of the way for that thing to go. Yeah. So I mean that's a good thing like to bring up is if their scapula is moving and their clavicle isn't, they're gonna have a wide array of issues, and it may be because that low trap isn't pulling the AC joint out of the way. Good. Cool. You can do all these tests prone as well, standing, sideline, seated. Nice. All this stuff there. Some other mentionables about the trap specifically the upper trap fibers. They are lateral flexors of the neck as well. So lateral, like bring your left, shrug up, bring your left to your left shoulder, hold here, ready, go. So there's that. That's interesting. That actually felt better. Shrug up, ready, go. Why does that feel so much better than when it's neutral? Bring your head back to neutral, shrug up, shrug, ready, go. Why does that feel so much better?
Yeah.
Shrug up, ear to the shoulder, ready, go. Dude,
That's crazy.
it feels way better.
Yeah.
You can try some systematicity there. Shrug up, ear to the shoulder, hold that, hold that, hold that, hold that, rest. Let's do a few of those. That might be some necky, that might be part of your necky thing there.
Yeah.
So that's a really fascinating thing that we're seeing there. Trev, what we saw there was we were testing this kind of upward rotating, abductee, trappy test. And when we got that trap in a more shortened position, his shoulder actually felt higher quality than when that trap was lengthened. which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, when I do this, my head just wants to do this.
Yeah.
It feels so much better. Like
Yeah.
So the upper
Like,
fiber
when
here, you just
I
aren't
strike at this, I'm like,
I know.
firing
This
as
I'm like,
much.
okay.
Well, this is.
Without
I mean,
lateral
if there was
flexion.
dysfunction there, you would assume that making it shorter would give it less mechanical advantage. Right, a lengthened, but this is why we can't just talk about tissue length tension, and this is more neurology than just tissue length tension, right? Shrug up. This is why we're not testing muscles. we're testing the brain.
Well, yeah, and I wonder what his eyes would do. Just
Yeah. Rest. Let's play with that too. We could. That feel good to do that, like nourishing.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens when you go the other way. Go right, your right shoulder. Shrug up. Shrug your shoulder. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Yeah, you hate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would hate that too. Maybe not.
Okay. Okay. So let's give you one more of the nourishing ones. Yeah. Try this. Hold here. Then keep that going, and then go right your right shoulder. Do you hate that as much?
Not as much.
Good. Rest. Let's run a few of those. We're tangenting. Shit. Oh. Okay. Hold. So this is good though for you to see this. This is systematicity training here.
Right.
Right. So your brain hates this, so we need to make it so your brain doesn't hate this anymore.
Right.
Rest. Nice. Is that feeling funky?
Mm-mm.
Cool. Let's go one more. Hold. And go.
You were saying you worked out yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Upper body?
Yeah. I was sick like the week before, so I haven't worked out for a little bit. I'm not too sore though.
Rest. Alright. How'd that feel?
Good?
Fine. Let's check it. Shrug up. Go over there. Ready, go. Yeah, man. How'd that feel?
Much better.
Better.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure better.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. So I mean, if anything, bottom line is your shoulder's gonna work better in this configuration, which you're a climber. I mean, you need weird
Right.
shit like this to.
Totally. Yeah.
Right. So that could help you with some of your dynamic
Yeah.
capacity there.
Huh.
So anyway, I don't know. That might be neck related. Might not be. That might be a good thing for you to do though. Like shrug up, ear to the shoulder, isometric.
Yeah.
Hold that. That's a weird exercise.
I could get a band.
That's a weird exercise. Pushing up into something.
I was literally just doing that because I got this little thing right here.
Oh yeah, nice. Nice. Cool. Okay, so those are our upward rotatory trappy things. We have a lat, pretty straightforward, straight arm down. Does anyone else want to go on the table? You're gonna be on the table in like 5 minutes. You good?
Can't wait.
You good? Yeah. Stay down here. Ready, go. Ready, go. Go right. Go left to your left shoulder. Ready, go. Go right to your right shoulder. Ready, go. No, I just don't like it. Okay, just checking. So we can bias rotation. That's going to shorten that trap even more, or that lat even more. This is a pretty high stress position. I wouldn't do this with somebody who's I'm just getting rolling with.
No.
So there's a latty test, latty test, latty test. You can go on your stomach, lat, 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 lat. Like flip on your stomach really quick. If you want to like really get somebody in the full pits of being a lat test, arch up, side bend, extend your arm, adduct your arm, straight arm. Stay in,
Jeez.
ready, go. That's awesome. Push up to the ceiling and in. And right and left. Straight arm, straight arm. Yep, ready, go.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
So that's like a fully shortened lat position there.
That was weird.
If you wanted to, yeah. Did you get crampy?
No.
No, you didn't? Oh, I would cramp forever
I
in
feel like
there.
that would hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was impressive. Dude, that was crazy that you had that first one tested. That was pretty cool. And then just keep in mind, so like that's a perfect example, but we have extension. The lat does extend. It does retract. It does extend the arm. It does adduct the arm. It does internally rotate the arm. It does laterally flex the spine. It does laterally flex the spine and rotate, and it can hip hike you as well.
Interesting.
Fucking crazy ass lat, man.
Yeah.
Right. So those are all components of the lat. Yeah. Okay.
So you don't think I'm stuck on this like trap situation a little
With-
bit, the upper fibers. So
with-
they were a little like it was not a solid test.
It didn't feel.
Didn't feel good, but when
didn't-
he did that, you don't think he activated more of those upper fibers? Just theory.
It's very possible. It's just when we're talking about length tension, that's why I was saying we're testing more neurology, the neuromuscular than just the tissue component there. I agree. I mean that,
More closed.
but you would assume like from a length tension standpoint, from a mechanical advantage, the more shortened the tissue is, the more mechanically challenged it is to respond at
Right.
at end range,
So
right?
this would be a little harder.
You would be, you would take the tissue. That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
it. That's why that was a
Yeah.
perfect example of, we can't just say we're testing muscles and shortened or lengthened muscles.
Yeah.
Like it's, the days of MAT and the testing of muscles it's moot, and it doesn't make sense to say we're testing that. We're testing his head and his brain and his neck and his tissue and his shoulder complex and his joint compression and spinal compression and all the crazy shit that's going on. And clearly he likes being over here better, and I'm sure a part of it is the activation of that trap tissue, but there's so much other stuff going on there too. And it, you might see that differently in other people too. You do is I guess what I'm getting at is, you do see that when you get over here and you shorten that thing even more, that thing just goes mashed potatoes. Whereas sometimes that was interesting to me to see that was
Yeah. He was
not.
supporting
Yeah.
him.
You want a higher chair, dude? Or are you good?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
that
I lowered it for a
Oh,
reason.
you did. I was like, dang,
He
dude.
wants some more flexion.
He wants flexion. Okay.
That's how I am too. You remind me a lot of myself. Sometimes you're sitting over here like
Yeah.
messing with
Shaking and
yourself
baking.
and-
Yep.
Okay.
I know. Okay, so then we have
This is
supraspinatus.
more thread.
So the supraspinatus tissue attaches onto the upper part of the scapula, and then it attaches into the kind of like superior aspect of this humeral region there. It's an abductor. For this one, it's all of these are gonna do supraspinatus testing basically, or that tissue is gonna be in the picture there. Terry's minor external rotator, infraspinatus, external rotator, subscapularis, internal rotator. This is all subscap testing. All this internal stuff is going to be subscap testing. And we can test this thing in 5 bajillion positions. So, and then same thing with the the external rotator stuff. We can test all around here to make sure that they can do that. We can talk about MAFAs. Do we want to talk about MAFAs right now? Multi-axial force applications. We can talk about MAFAs for a second. Dude, I went through this neurophys class. This dude named Jacques Taylor was teaching this course. The dude is freaking brilliant. But he was talking about giving the brain and the body unique sensory experiences from a complete joint axial standpoint. And so he calls them MAFAs, or multi-axial force applications. But basically, I'll show you, maybe all you guys can feel this, but essentially what we're doing here is we're giving the brain a full joint complex sensational experience. So gently push here, but don't move. All right, so we're isometrically engaging. So you feel like posterior or lateral delt, or like this delt tissue kicking on here a little bit. Okay, now this is what's cool is your body sensation is going to change. Don't move, but push here as well.
Save my shoulder. Do this
Yep.
with me.
Does that feel different? Don't move. I'm going to let go here. Chev, next time I see you, I got to do this to you, man. Don't move. I'm going to let go here. So you got to stay where you are. Good? Now keep this here and push here. A little more in, a little more in. I'm just trying to get you back to neutral. There you go. I know it doesn't feel very neutral to you, huh? Hang out there. I'm going to move from here. Don't move. Here. Push. More here. Right there. Hold that. Good. I'm going to let go here. Push. Don't move. Don't move. Bring that elbow back in a little bit. And now push here. And here. Right there. Good. And here. Good. And now here. Don't move. And here. And here. And here. And here. And here. And there you go. And there. And there. And there you are. And now you have your brain synced. And it is a isometric brick shit house. How's that feel?
It's crazy.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
That's MAFA.
Huh.
That is one of my favorite sensations on the planet because and so this is the crazy thing about this, right? Push here, hold that, push here. Push here, 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 push here. There you go, you got it. It's on, stable. We should probably do this more with your shoulder complex.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You should talk to my trainer about that.
There we go. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, interesting.
Right? Yeah. So, and then obviously you can test not just the rotary component too. So you can go like pull here, push 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 here. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that would be more of a tricep bicep influence with rotation at the joint there. So I mean you can do this on every single part of the body. Lift up, bend the knee, push here, push here, push here, push here, here, here. Hold that. Relax your foot. This one. Okay, hold on there. Push here. Is your hip flexor cramping up? Push here. Push here.
You're working at the hip. Stable.
Ooh.
This is much harder.
There you go. So I probably wouldn't move that fast with that hip joint. I forget about this MAFA stuff. It's just another tool. Another tool in the toolbox. So
You need 5 or 10 minutes to get to where you're going.
this wraps.
I should do it.
Yep, that's cool.
Sweet.
Dude, good stuff.
Yeah,
Bam,
that's
bam. Okay, let's see. Biceps, let's see. So we had, I mean, that's all the rotatory stuff. I mean, biceps really straightforward. Just, yeah, I'll do it on the video. Elbow flex, overhead elbow flex, out to the side elbow flex, supinated elbow flex, pronated elbow flex, extended arm, testing extension, extension with retraction, extension with downward or kind of anterior tipping, extension, abduction, elbow, supinated, pronated. Those are pretty straightforward as well. You can test elbow extension through the fingers, elbow flexion through the fingers. You can test overhead flexion through the fingers and the wrist as well. So,
Thanks for making me be like,
yeah.
Sweet.
I think that's
Okay,
it for
tomorrow.
upper extremity.
okay, I'll text you later.
I think that's good. I think that's a good stopping point. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Upper extremities. We'll move to forearm and hand next session. We'll work through that stuff, and then we'll go into the head, neck, and face, and then we're done. Then we're done with this.
I am.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna graduate.
I'm gonna graduate with a intentional fitness functional anatomy certification. We'll print them out.
Dope.
Yeah. What's that do? Oh, that's cool. Cool.
Nice, man. Let me know if you got a free hour on a weekend.
You want to do it?
I'm down.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Yeah.
And, I'm usually pretty easy on weekends, so if you
Okay.
just let me know.
Same here.
Whenever.
Same here. Yeah, I can't remember. Did we just not sync up last weekend for it?
Oh yeah. I was in the middle of kind of my house, so
Oh,
I think I dropped the ball. Now.
Bro, send me. I want to see the link.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll send it over.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats,
Yeah.
man.
Well, they're still deal still has to close, so.
Okay.
But if all goes as planned, we'll be in it in a week. So.
That's
fast.
awesome, man. That's so exciting. Well, we'll have to come out and visit you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. Man.
Yeah.
Get out here on the slopes, dude.
We need to do it.
All
All right.
right, man.
Dude, have a good one.
Have a good week.
Love you, man.
Yeah, let me know.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye. Nice. Cool. Good. This is done. Yo, the skeleton was pretty cute.